got this one.
Thank you.
Andy, so I finally wanted to talk to you. Wait.
Maybe I did. But I meant. Hey, I found a spot that's going to work. It's on the 22nd floor.
You want me to meet you where?
Come on up. No, you're going to like it.
All right. Andy, I'm glad I finally got to get you on a couch, an actual couch where we can do this interview. So what I want to know is, how do you, at your practice, make technicians feel like they are involved in the medicine and part of the team?
Okay. There's two ways, and I call them scripted and unscripted. The scripted way is processes, there's systems. I know generally what's going to happen in my appointments, and so why in the world would I carry the weight and the load every single time? Let's get the technicians up to speed. Let's decide how we handle appointments, where we go, what we do, and let's train people so that I'm moving things off of my plate. One of the biggest recipes for disaster that vets have, and it's like ingrained in their brains, is I have to do everything. I'm the one that people came to see. I'm going to make everything happen. And they end up running around, they do everything. They wonder why they're tired, they're exhausted, they're frustrated, they're stressed out, and they're broke. And it's because that's not an efficient way to get people into the practice and provide value to them in a timely fashion. And so make a system. What are your technicians going to do? They need to know it, they need to be included, and we're all in this together so that we achieve the greatest outcome, which is optimal healthcare for our patients. Okay? So we're doing the same thing. The techs are on the team. They know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. That's scripted inclusion. Okay? Mm-hmm. So that's number one. Number two is unscripted. There's a lot of things that come up throughout the day. There's little things where we don't make protocols for them, but there's still ways that technicians can be involved with me. So it's pretty simple, honestly. It's basic positive reinforcement that we use with people. And I use this when I deal with doctors, I use it with my kids, I use it with my technicians. Generally, when somebody does something that helps me, I'm gonna tell them, hey, this really helped me out. Because otherwise, how do they know?
Right.
And so when somebody does something that helps me, I will say, Tasha, thank you so much, that was really, really helpful. It's awesome, thanks. And it's just a little thing of me saying, hey, that was great. And you imply, he would probably like me to do this again in the future. And I do. And so with that, over time, we get to know each other. And you do it back to the doctors and say, hey, Dr. Roark, it was really helpful maybe when you jumped on the call and talked to that client. I know she was stressed out. That was awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm more likely to do that again in the future because you have told me how much this meant to you. Mm-hmm. And that's the essence of communicating effectively between doctors and technicians is let's be clear about what is helpful and tell people. Give them honest feedback, positive reinforcement, as close to the time of the desired behavior as possible, with as clear a link between my reinforcement and that behavior as possible. And I'm going to start with great frequency and decrease over time as people sort of learn how we're going to work together. And people do it to me and I do it to them, and ultimately we all end up helping each other really, really well on the fly. And that's working outside the system, but it's still just us being a better team and everybody getting along and getting the job done. So those are the two ways that I make sure we sweep technicians into the team and they get to do the stuff that they're trained to do, that they like to do, that they're passionate about, and I get to do the stuff that I'm passionate about, and we all go home at the end of the day and not 4 hours later because we're cleaning up messes and writing up charts and doing stuff that we should have gotten done during the day.
Yeah, which is so important. Listen, I'm so happy that we finally got a couch to do this interview on, and I got you that coffee.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. Is there cream?
Did we get cream? I do. It's black. Somebody get the cream.
Meow.